When else are you going to see the work of one genius and another genius at the same time?
Let me tell you how that song came about. This was before we went into rehearsal. Jerry Bach and I had gone to a Hebrew Actors Union benefit. We were looking for talent, people who might play some role or other in Fiddler. And on the program at this Hebrew Actors Union benefit, a mother and daughter came out and they sang a Hasidic song, all in sixths and thirds. It had no lyrics. It was just a Hasidic chant, and it was enchanting. I didn't know that Jerry Bach was so enthralled by what he had heard, what he'd seen, that he went home that night and he worked all night long. He called me early the next morning. He called me about 8 o'clock, and he said, I have something I want you to hear. Meet me at our publisher's office. So I went to meet him, and he played me this thing, and he sang, yabba-dabba-dum-dum. He just, no lyrics. It was his notion of a Hasidic chant, and I loved what he played. I loved the melody, and I said, you know something? In a lot of the chapters of the Tevye's Daughters, Tevye says, if I were a Rothschild, and your music fits if I were a rich man. So, and then we thought, you know, what you did, writing it to all these nonsense Hasidic syllables, let's preserve some of those syllables in the song, not just use lyrics all the way through. The problem was, I didn't know how to write down those Hasidic syllables. So I devised something which I thought, to me, sounded roughly like what I'd heard. Diddle 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 digga digga diddle diddle dum. And when we gave that to Zero Mostel, he said, diddle diddle diddle, I'm not going to do that. He said, the way I was brought up in that tradition. I can do the Hasidic syllables. I said, please do that. And that's what he did. And by the way, Zero did me an enormous favor. At one of the rehearsals, I was watching him do the song, and I thought, the song is just delightful throughout, and then it gets very serious at the end about wanting to have a seat by the Eastern Wall and so forth. And I suggested that maybe I should keep the song light to the end. And Zero turned on me. He yelled at me. He said, Sheldon, if you want to change the ending, then you don't understand this man. The most important part of the song is that this man he wishes he were a scholar. He wishes that he could sit and read the books and be in the synagogue. Don't you dare change that line. So I didn't change the line, and I owe him one.
Wow.
Yeah.